Hello, everyone. Welcome to Campaign Crashers. I am your DM, and we are a D&D play stream / podcast where we switch off DMs every so often and see how we do. Guys, why don't you do a quick intro?
Chad, no sounds coming through your mic.
Yeah, that's a really bad intro because no one can hear you. How about Ethan goes while Chad figures his stuff out?
Dope. My name is Brendel Barnesend. I am a human bard who just learned a new spell. Fucking dope. Anyway.
Sweet. My name.
And it's not knock, so that I'm not metagaming.
Give us one moment, stream. We are fixing our windows really quick while someone fixes their audio. Hello, Chad.
Here we go.
Hi.
All right,
Ooh.
just do yours.
Hello,
I'm
it's
in the
me.
DM slot now. Nice.
The non-muted Barrow Willowvale. I'm Chad. I'm playing the character Barrow Willowvale, an elf druid who is making his way to be your favorite DC character. Never mind. I forgot his name. Beast Boy. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Wow.
Okay.
Hot.
Beast Boy's cousin.
And hi, I'm Simon. I play Og, the gnome wizard, who can't afford any spells. He can't buy any spell books, and he can't afford to cast. So, you know what? That's just where I am in life.
And last, and maybe possibly least, hi, I'm Bryant, and I play Elliot, a halfling, quarterling, if you will, warrior / knight from some other part of this world who's just really trying to find his way and get over some deep-seated family issues.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there. Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Cool. Well, guys, why don't I do a quick recap of your last adventure, and then we can jump straight back into it. So the last session that we played, you guys started off by leaving the Bouge's house. You had just gotten a map of Morose's estate, magic complex, mansion, whatever it is you want to call it. And as you opened the map, you guys were a little bit careless with how you carried the map. You got a little bit of rain on it. As a result, some information was missing. You could see from the map that Morose's complex was to the east of you guys, just up along the cliff, kind of nestled into the forest. And then on the map, you also saw some cryptic sort of writings, but you couldn't understand all of them. For your refresher, I've sent you guys the text as well, but the writings on the map was bear, and then it was smudged, and then it said left, bear 2, and then there was a smudge, and then it said right. It said smudge, peer right, peer, and then there's a smudge, left. And then you see a white hand and a black hand. So you guys took this information and you pretty much did nothing with it right away. You guys were like more rational than I thought you would be, and you decided, you know what? Before we break into someone's house, let's do a little bit more investigating because we have journalistic integrity. As a result, you decided that you would head straight over to the old lighthouse, where it sounded like from the session before the last, a lot of the activity might have revolved around. You headed to the lighthouse. Your good old pal, Bayro, transformed into a spider upon learning that the door was locked and got inside of the lighthouse. Inside the lighthouse, he had a fun little encounter with Cretius Mulvaney's walking legs, who were running into cupboards. He attempted to tuck them into bed, and then went to the top of the lighthouse, where he noticed a desk clustered in papers. Among that desk, there was a key slot presumably for the lighthouse key, which you didn't have, and you also see found some papers which you presume to be the two girls who went missing's writings that they had given to Morose. On those, you found some more interesting diagrams and drawings, particularly of a lens-shaped device with light filtering through it. After you guys did that, I should also remember, you grabbed a map from the top of the lighthouse, and on that map, there was actually a portion of the area highlighted that didn't show up in the map you guys had. Upon leaving the lighthouse, you guys went down to the dock. You convinced the oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name, Bartholomew, the dock lord.
Good old Bart.
He took you guys out on his ship, where you guys weren't going to find anything until you actually decided, Og decided that he would be cooler than Bayro and stick his head underwater and speak with animals. It was there where he learned the valuable information that the fishes, particularly one wise fish, Lenny, had seen some strange going-ons of a ship entering the rocks. With that information, you guys decided that you would head back and further your investigation. And now you guys are back in Beskol. That was a longer synopsis than I normally give, but you guys did a lot last campaign or last session.
All of it.
Yeah, we did.
You mean we
It was
did
like-
more than just like walk down the street and complain about it like we normally do?
It was like you were a little bit, you were laser focused.
Well, gang, I didn't
Yeah.
see a high school student, so let's get back out there.
We're still trying to figure out the mystery of the heated door. Cool. So, is it like nighttime still?
It's
that right?
like it's getting towards nighttime. It's not like full nighttime. You guys kind of headed out at sunset-ish.
Okay. Well, laddies, what do you say? Maybe we check out the church or get a drink. What are we all thinking?
I'm pretty open to either of those ideas.
Thinking that the church is one of the only places left that we haven't taken a look at.
I did.
What?
Well, we could talk about it over drinks, but the useless police chief did offer us help if we brought him a clue. We do have information now, and I'm sure he could probably just get a warrant, or even just give himself a warrant to go get the key that I'm sure is hidden in the Sorcerer Supreme's house. So that's an option on the table. They weren't exactly the most useful of guards before, but we know that going in now, so it might be different.
I'm not opposed to that. They did seem like they were not so ambitious, but it could be worth
Yeah.
a try. Yeah.
Yeah, my only reservation is the fact that they were so unhelpful. I don't want to help them out, you know. But that's
Right.
petty. I understand it's petty. I'll die on that hill, but I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Well, and if we're gonna break a great story, is it worth sharing any details with these peasants over at the whatever you want to call that? I wouldn't even call that a station.
Yeah, precinct.
More like, have you ever heard of those malls? Like a mall cop.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Kieran would absolutely not be sharing information with you if he heard this.
Oh no, he's changed. That changes so much.
All right, let's go over to the police station and maybe without giving up too much information, see if we can at least get the No, let's not go over there. Let's go.
And we got time. We can think about it. It's not like they're going anywhere. Those guys just walk in patrols.
Yeah, right
One of
now
them-
I feel like that delightful hotel attendant barmaid is going to forget me. And I need to go see her. So if we could go get some drinks there and perhaps another bag of mashed potatoes and bacon.
Yeah.
I think that's essential towards our plan. So I think I'd like to go there, please.
You
Good
have
idea.
Do you just have like a Ziploc bag of holding?
He
No,
gave it.
that guy ate all of it. So
He gave it to Mr.
Mm.
Curtis.
yeah,
That was the
it's
only
all
one.
gone.
All right.
Before we walk, or while we're walking over there, I kind of want to like fall back and say to Og, just maybe later you could show me that thing that you did with the fish.
Yeah.
Just so
I mean,
maybe,
As you walk by, as you say that, you walk by a guard and he just looks at you and he goes, "Ew."
You should have waited. I was just about to say it doesn't have to be fish. I could show you that trick later tonight with Mogo.
Another guard barfs.
For the sake of our PG-13 Twitch stream, I'll stop there.
I love it.
Good thing we don't do anything inappropriate.
Oh, so are you guys heading back to the Dinar on the Cozy Cat?
Yes.
Cool.
Go say hi to Janine.
You guys head back to the Dianara. You can see that it's just Janine again. You genuinely don't understand how this woman does it. I mean, she just cranks out all the work. Aside from she's got a chef in the back, but she manages everything up front. So you come in. It's post dinner rush, so it's busy, but it's more like people wrapping up. So you can tell Janine's kind of sitting back a little bit, just watching the tables, making sure everything's going well. And she sees you guys walk in. She goes, "Well, isn't the most famous new reporters in town? How's it going, boys?"
Hey,
nudge
Janine,
Brendel.
how you doing? You're looking mighty lovely tonight.
Well,
Look at your
Brendel,
eyes. They're sparkling. They're sparkling.
It's awfully sweet of you, I gotta say.
Well, hey, gotta be sweet for the sweet.
Oh, are you implying that I'm sweet or that the food I serve is sweet?
Well, that maple bacon sure hits me well. Man, I feel like I'm copying your accent. I just want to get close to you in every way possible. But let me see if I can get back into my own parlance, But yeah, so like I'd love to perhaps take you to dinner. That are you still serving the taters and potatoes and bacon?
Brenda, you wanna take me to dinner?
Oh yeah, always.
Oh, well, I want to roll like a woo check.
Well,
Woo.
That's what I was kind of trying to think. Give me a do a persuasion check.
Oh. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's a 22.
Oh snap! She's like, "Whoa, Brenda, wow, man, nobody's asked me out, and shoot, I don't even remember. I've been so dang busy getting this place off. Brenda, I would love to, except I don't really know that tonight's the night. I want to get cleaned up and looking all good, and right now I'm just wearing this dang smock. I've got mashed potatoes and meatloaf all over myself. So how about we pick another night that isn't tonight when I can just focus on you and only you? Damn, 22.
You're right. We should pick
got
another
her.
night when we can get those clothes right off you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll another persuasion.
So forward.
Should he have to roll a Constitution save because of that
that's a dirty 20.
It's a dirty 20. Guy, Brendel just
Dirty
pulling out
20.
of it. She gives you a ooh laugh, like just right back.
Hey,
And then she also
but
realizes
I'll leave you to it. Yeah.
she also realizes that the rest of the party is standing right next to you. She goes, "Oh, do you guys? Can I get you a seat? I mean, I'm just being so rude here. There's other customers. I really need to get over there to them."
Yeah.
Oh, you have a good night. I'll look forward to an upcoming night together.
I'm
Dope.
I can
covering
see your other
Elliot's ears.
customers.
It's just like, what?
Customers currently waving at you.
It's like your customers are waving at us. Your customers are waving at. Yeah, you definitely got to go see that woman. She seems quite insistent.
Oh, yep. Okay, dope. So she takes you. Do you guys have a booth or table? She should ask you this in character, but it's too late. It came out.
We
on the
do
map,
that.
I
We do
think.
the halvesies. Duh.
Wow.
Yeah, we pulled the table up to the booth.
I meant booth or bar. Sorry. There's only. Booth
Oh,
and bar.
okay.
There's no tables.
Okay.
We would like a booth, please.
All right. You guys cram into a booth. Except it's only a 4-person
Can I
booth.
get a booster
but,
seat?
they. She brings 2 booster seats for you and Elliot.
Thank you.
Here you boys go.
We're
No judgment. But
We're
I
gonna need
figured
3
it might be
booster seats.
helpful.
Elliot's considerably. He's got to be boosted.
I'm taller than Og.
Did she bring the
sorry.
kids menu
I
and
was forgetting.
crayons?
You just keep on introducing yourself as half, so I assume it's going to be much shorter. My
I
apologies.
gotta say, Elliot, to his point, and because now I'm sort of going on a date with him, you could say we're dating, but I do gotta say, you did say a half
Yeah.
multiple times,
You
including
say
like, when I
quarterly.
met
That's
you.
not
Yeah,
fractions.
It's true. It's half of a half. It's a quarter, or I guess you could even say 2/8. I mean, you can split it up all sorts of ways, but you implied that you
No,
were a
I
lot
implied
shorter.
that I'm half human, half halfling.
Yeah, but
But that.
when you,
But I'm saying that's 3/4.
yeah, it sort of sounds like you're a half of a halfling when you say half halfling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to say he's like 1/32nd Native
I feel
American as well.
incredibly judged right
Regardless-
now, and I do not like this.
Regardless, Elliot, the booster seat is adjustable, so you can fit it to whatever size you need. I just want to make sure your little chin can get up to the table to truffle in our homemade meatloaf.
Elliot just has like this really like dry stare, and just like sits in the booth and just doesn't even use the booster seat. He sits with his eyes like right at the edge of the table, and he just doesn't say anything else.
Go.
I tie his
Alright,
napkin
so
around
you
his
guys-
neck.
You guys take a seat at the booth. She gets you hooked up with some water and yeah. I don't know what you guys want to do in the booth. Are you literally just looking for a pocket for you to roleplay the next 30 minutes of what you want
We're
to do?
enjoying each other's company.
You
We're
guys are gonna be.
decompressing.
You guys are literally like, thank the Lord that Janine is nice, because you guys are literally those guys who walked in 5 minutes before the restaurant closes and expects to order like a 4-course meal.
Hey, she offered
Janine-
meatloaf. That's on her.
Janine, are there any other specials that we should be aware of before you go?
Well, we have our main specials tonight. It's going to be some mashed potatoes and meatloaf. We also have a delicious elven chicken pot pie, and those will be our 2 specials for the night. Aside from that, it's pretty basic. We got burgers, we got Monte Cristos, we got
What
some
makes it an
pie.
elven pot pie?
and it's actually chickens that have Feywild. They're actually imported from Westwatch, where they have all the sort of Fey connections there, and they're actually a Fey chicken. Fey chicken egg.
Faux chicken.
Fey chicken. It's a new thing. It's like
Uh,
people who want to be vegan
Is it-
and stuff. They
is
think
it
they're
like
eating chickens
Tofurkey?
from another. Yeah, sort of, but they think like
okay.
eating chickens from another plane of existence somehow qualifies as still being vegetarian. I don't really know how it all works, but it's a trend here. Lots of the elves are kind of doing it. The commoners don't really care because they say it just tastes like chicken, and I agree with them. But the elves are like, oh yeah, give me that elven chicken pot pie. They're kind of stuck up.
Elliot just seems very confused.
Well,
Zero comprehension.
That's
Not
so
uncommon.
interesting, Janine. What are your thoughts on the divide between the common folk and the elves?
You know, I gotta say, I try not to have too many thoughts on that. It seemed like one of those things where, for a long time, things were actually getting better. I mean, you could see that was pretty evident with the younger kids because, they grew up here, and despite their parents' hatred for each other or whatever you might say, they all still had to go to the same school, and for a while, it got to the point where the kids kind of just didn't understand why their parents hated each other so much. So, heck, you see, you know, I'm sure you heard about the girls having sleepovers and all that who are, from each side of the social divide here. Um, but I think it's pretty interesting. The young ones don't really care, and that was starting to rub off on the parents for a long time. And then all of a sudden, the kids went missing, and the first thing they did was point their fingers at the other side.
So kind of
Personally,
like kind
I
of
don't
like
really
the
have much of a say.
theatrical play Klaus.
I'm not familiar with such a play. I've never been a girl
That's
to
fair.
get taken to plays, so maybe
Well-
Brendel can change that.
Maybe Brendel can put that show on for you.
Personally,
I will put on that show for you, my dear. It will be I will be all the characters. I will write it, I will produce, I'll dance. It'll be great. I don't recommend me singing, but I'll do it if I have to.
you know, I mean, I reckon you look like you got some good singing pipes, so I would love to hear it, Brendel.
Okay, here we go.
In
One,
fact,
two,
wait,
three.
Brendel, hold on a second. Who am I kidding?
Mhm.
Why don't you just go up and sing over there? I mean, you're welcome to take the corner booth and just sort of stand on the table. Just give us a little performance.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's cool. I take out my lute and just kind of painstakingly tune it, um, and kind of make my way over, and I just kind of bend over, and I just feel kind of like this wave of euphoria hit me as like I'm performing finally, just finally I'm performing.
Yeah.
This feels
And
like the first time I've been asked to do it when I didn't.
Janine's there too, so you got that.
Yeah, and so I just kind of take a moment to still myself, take a deep breath, and then just I sing out, "Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Hey, yeah. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Hey now. All that's living is gold. Only shooting stars can make the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Ha. And just kind of slowly picks up the vibe of the room until with the theory that as I'm like kind of doing like a palm muted riff on my lute, that like the rhythm and strum that I'm bringing in just is kind of like bringing a new energy and vibe to the place. Hopefully people
Wow.
are dancing, getting into it.
yeah.
Can you give me a performance check? I'll let you do it with
can.
I'll let you
I
do it
think
with
I-
advantage
right.
because you performed on Discord as well.
Nat 20, sir.
Wow. You are literally just like hitting home runs left and right. You can
It's been a
see
good night.
the people who were like kind of just you see like 5 people from the restaurant were just finishing up their pie, and like when you started performing, they had stood up to leave, but as you performed, they all noticed and they sat right back down. You can actually see that there's like people bobbing their heads. You hear one guy be like, "Dude, he's better than Crush Mouth." And you look at Janine, and like she's actually like giving like a full like kind of like trying to hold it in lip bite.
Wait, as he wraps up, I see this as opportunity. Can I walk up and get out a gold piece? And as I'm like walking up to where he's performing, I'm gonna like kind of like tapping people lightly and like showing them the coin as if I'm gonna go and tip him. And I'm gonna go up to him and like put the coin in front of him as if he's busking for money, and like hopefully encourage others to give him money too. And then I'll go sit down.
Dope. You do such a thing. With a nat 20, I will say like 90% of people follow suit because they just are like almost got a free concert. You will say you get a solid, you get 22 gold for such an event.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, hell yeah. You hit the elven time. You hit the elven period, and they were like, "Damn, like free concert." And not to mention, you guys have advantage with a lot of the elves, and so there were some elven families in there who paid up.
I love it.
Awesome.
Maybe this will help. Maybe this will help Og with his spellcasting drought.
Yeah.
Dope. So you do your performance. Is there anything you guys want to do or discuss while you're here? It's well into the night now. I guess not well into the night. It's the sun's down, but it's not like late. We'll give you a solid 7:30, 8 p.m.
I just want to make sure Muros isn't here anymore. I know he's here for breakfast, right? But he's gone now.
Oh no, he was actually sitting in the booth still, where Brendel just performed. So he was just.
We would have known if he was here because he would have sapped all the joy out of the room.
No, I'm kidding. There's a fresh rotation. You see a whole restaurant full of very generic-looking elves and common people.
Okay. Cool. Nice work, Brendel. That was beautiful.
Hey, thank you. I mean, it felt like it came from my heart, and I'm just so touched that people are supporting me and my music. And honestly, it's my first gig, and I just fall into tears and just like clutch Barrow, just fully sobbing, fully overcome with the emotion of the event.
You can tell from the way that Janine is looking at you, she doesn't think that's attractive at all.
That's fine. I'm overcome. I'm overcome.
She kind of snaps out of it and goes and picks up some dishes.
Oh man.
What are you gonna do? You can't win them all.
Yeah, dope. So yeah, she goes, gets you your food. You guys are chilling in your booth. This is your discussion now because I don't have any NPCs to interact with you.
I'm not suggesting we do it. It feel pretty unsatisfying to me, but you do. Well, we were sent here to act as journalism interns and get the scoop. Technically, we've done that. I mean, anything we do from now on is kind of us.
I mean, wasn't that
solving the problems?
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I always thought that we were in this because not for the stories, but because we wanted to just, or we were just already doing these things anyway. The last thing we did was find out the thieves that stole all the prizes from the event, and then the potential scare that was Sally's. Did we ever find out what that magical item was that could potentially kill off all her competitors? But yeah, I always thought that our less so for the story, it was just for the adventure.
Oh, absolutely. I just wanted to bring that up because see where we all work. Because Brad said, go there, find the scoop. If there's anything that goes beyond the scope, then come back and let us know. And we came here to find missing children, not open a Fey portal that the royal family of Eden's Gulf has been trying to find for years, if not decades. So we've already passed the scope. But I do agree. I mean, personally, I agree with that. I didn't really set out to become an intern at some newspaper that people here keeps calling a tabloid. um, so, in fact, being a tabloid unpaid intern is pretty much the opposite of what I want. So maybe, I think what I think personally is we solve this, go above and beyond. That is a good looking thing right there on our portfolio resume. And then we either leverage that with the posts themselves, because what Skyhawks pitched to us was kind of freelance work. Maybe we can leverage, what we do here to get back to that instead of some 9 to 5 gig that has us running around at some weirdo who doesn't like his own name's beck and call. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't want to work for a guy who gets annoyed and sends people to go hunt raining spiders from the sky if they ever call him by his first name without referring to his title as well. I don't want to work for somebody. I'm a wizard. I want to be that somebody, later.
Yeah.
I will admit, anytime I say your name, Og, you flinch. It's really disconcerting.
Yeah, I originally was thinking, yes, let's get the story and get out of here. But after seeing that sad sap of guards and that the families of these missing kids are just working, I think that we're kind of their best shot in returning them, hopefully home. I don't really like kids, but Barry, Boris, the rest of them don't seem that bad. And with a story like this, if we break it and we bring back the kids, I don't see how we don't own the Barendosia Post after this. This is going to be the story of the decade.
Yeah, I think even more than that, like this is something that House Raynar, I can't find them. Yeah, that House Raynar has been searching for years now. I mean, I think we can leverage this beyond the post. I think they sent Morose here to get results, and Morose has not done that. And here we are about to get results. We can leverage this far beyond just the BP. And yeah, I think we should, assuming we can get all the kids back in one piece. I mean,
Wait,
kind of a big if
Yeah.
Are you trying
with
to
the
say
Fae
that
and
they
all,
might come
but
back like that Cretius person as only legs?
if you can say he came back, I think he half came back. But I mean, I don't necessarily mean that. I just mean there's a lot of stuff in the Feywild, and a lot that would definitely prey on children like that. I mean, you've probably heard
Respectfully-
fairy tales about literal fairies, and yeah.
Cretius is still a really nice gentleman, even though he's half a man he used to be. I think bringing back even half the kids would be great.
Well, they'd all be alive and kicking, that's for sure.
If the shoe fits. Anyway, in my opinion, everyone, in my opinion, I think that I don't even know if our journalistic priorities have fully been solved, because right now we don't even have a full story. We don't know where the kids are. We don't know what happened to them that night. All we can do is just report that the mystery exists, which does not feel satisfying to me. Does not feel like what we actually came here to do.
Right.
So so like I think we should be pursuing every lead that we come by, and then we write the full story, not just just that the story might exist. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I would imagine that Janine will be elated when she finds out you solved the riddle of the town.
So I think,
I mean, with our date tomorrow night, she's gonna be elated either.
well, we should get some rest here and get up bright and early. Maybe go talk to the guards, see what our possibilities are there, and then make a try at Morose's house, regardless of what we find out. And that'll get you in time for your dinner date with Janine. What day is it, DM?
This is basically Sunday night right now because you
Ooh,
got there on
Monday
a,
night
like,
date.
Saturday.
Nice.
No, Mondays are the best night because everything is chill. Also, there's less requirement for her to be at the restaurant during the evening. I mean, honestly, it's the stars align, and when you work with someone, when you're dating someone in the service, you make the sacrifices you have to make. It's just how it is.
Very respectful.
Okay, so just for DM notes, what is your current game plan?
I think call it a night, crash, and then first thing in the morning, let Elliot make his second try at the precinct or at the guardhouse, and then decide from there.
Got it.
All right, night, everybody.
You know,
I was gonna do that.
I know he thinks that's clever, but it actually screws up the stream really bad.
Oh Lord.
Bad, Brendel.
yeah.
Bad.
You messed up the dang stream, Ethan.
You're gonna
Shut
get,
it down. We gotta start it over, brother.
Sorry, Brian.
take
that
it
was
from
a
the
very
top.
dumb joke.
Dope. So you guys in the process have now chomped down some meatloaf and chicken pot pie, and you guys head
I
back up
actually
to...
had a Monte Cristo. So
Oh, you got the Monte Cristo.
Yeah,
Great. It had
I
a
did.
lot of powdered sugar for a Monte
I
Cristo.
absolutely
Can I
loved
tell
it.
you? Yeah.
I eat the elf pie and
yeah.
I go, wait, this doesn't have elf meat in it?
Yeah. So you guys get your grub on. You go back to your cat themed room, and you can actually see there's actually some cute little cat shaped chocolates on your pillows, and you get a solid
Would you say it's a
night's
long
rest. I will say the words a long rest. You get a long rest.
That's good because Elliot had to recover all
Exactly.
his spell slots.
You know, he used the spell breathe.
Yeah.
Super good for Brendel. He had to sleep.
So you guys wake up the next morning. Again, you get the vibe that this is a pretty rainy little town because again, the morning comes. It's not dumping rain, but it's definitely a heavy sprinkle. And yeah, you guys are up.
Shall we? I mean, I'd say let's head to the precinct, but I don't know if Brendel wants to grab another Ziplocs worth of taters and mash or
Yeah, it
whatever.
smells like bacon, taters, and mash for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
can we
I
put
don't
our
know.
head in?
That was a lot more useful yesterday than I thought it would be. So maybe we could bribe a guard with that or something.
While on the way out, I just quickly stop in with Janine and just ask her for 3 bags to go, and give her a wink and just say, "See you later, hon."
Nice.
She gives you 2 bags because she just ran out of Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags.
Yeah, right.
Ziploc. Pronounce it right, damn it. They do a lot of branding work trying to get you to pronounce it right.
Can we just make sure Morose isn't eating breakfast before we go?
Who do we see down there?
Morose.
Zach.
Morose is not there. You see the school principal again. You see, actually, the Bouges are eaten this morning. And then, again, just a bunch of... very generic looking common folk.
Okay. Before we leave the diner, would it be possible for us to have a quick conversation with the Boogers, having to correct our map that's been smudged by the rain?
Wow, yes, you can.
Oh,
Dope. So, they will correct your map for you. And you can actually see on the map now that there's a marker on that side of the map, and you can see that it says like cave written there.
Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Booge. I'm sorry to bother you, but last time I tried to get your attention, I heard some strange, like, knocking noises from your house. Were you having repairs done?
Mrs. Booge goes, "Oh, well, I knew my husband had guests over. I didn't realize that you guys were right outside when we were doing the repairs. But yes, our bed frame was broken and we really needed to just nail it back in.
Nail it back into the ground? Or the wall? What?
Pump it out.
The
Okay.
pieces. The pieces, and she just you hear under her breath. She just whispers to Mr. Boo. She just goes, "Help me!" And he goes, "Yes, the bed was broken, and we needed to the friction wasn't working as a bed should, and we had to fix it, and it required pounding of one end of the bed to just really get it to snap in."
Friction?
Both of their faces are getting really red, but they can't tell if. Actually, hang on.
Have them make an insight check.
I was gonna have them make an insight check, but I already know that he's just being completely naive. Their faces are extremely red, and they just say yes. Anyways, we should be really eating and going. We've got church. And Miss Boosh goes, yes, church. That's where we need to go.
Take him to church. He'll worship like a dog at the side of your eyes. On the map
says cave. It's a cave. That's what you're
okay,
missing.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to interrupt your meal. Have a great time at church.
Yeah, they accept your well wishes at church, and their faces are.
And before
balloon
Ellie
red.
turns away, he turns around quickly and says, "If you need help with fixing your furniture in the future, I don't mind helping."
They are going to. Oh, no. Let's see here.
They're gonna what? Invite him?
Oh my gosh! I rolled an insight on them to see if they can read whether you're genuine or whether you picked up on what they're doing. And at this point, they rolled a critical failure, and they are 100% convinced that you just asked them to have a three-way.
Wait, I don't know if that means that they have a wrong conclusion or just don't know anything.
Yeah, but they were not able to tell your intentions. So as far as they're concerned, that you just implied that you want to get in on their next bed fixing. Elliot, maybe you should be on your way now. I'm glad to have helped you, but just not that much.
And Elliot just kind of like trots off with a confused look.
And I go, Now, Elliot, when a woman and a man really love each other,
they get into arguments.
No, I'm sorry. You're a druid. You have to do birds and bees, okay?
Yeah.
You do. Dope. So you guys head up to the precinct. And you get to the precinct, and you can see that they are busy as bees working on something.
Cool. Is there anyone out the front, like, you know,
and
the front desk, I guess you call it?
Not necessarily. It's kind of just like a big open room, less of a front desk. There is a desk there, but you can see like immediately past it. There's no one like sitting there, but when you guys walk in, you're immediately noticeable, and you can see Kieran in there, and he's crouched over a table, looking at some stuff.
The first thing I do is scan the room for anybody that looks like they might be the father of Jeremy.
You do not see anyone that looks like they might be the father of
Do
Jeremy.
we see
Okay,
Jeremy?
we're good, guys. We're good.
You see pictures of Jeremy's
What?
bloodied face.
His bloody
Drawings
face.
of it.
His bloodied what?
Of his actually, sorry, his
Oh,
bloodied
no.
testicles.
Wait, how do we know that? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. All right. Well, Elliot is going to try to flag down someone real quick, and then try to, dispense some new findings.
Cool. Who do you flag down? There's a bunch of guards and Kieran.
You know, let's go to Kieran. One second.
Wait 1 second. And then in the meantime, you see a guard look at you, and he just says, "Need something?" And then another one looks at you and says, "Oh, need something?"
God damn it. Okay. Sorry, Matt.
Can I, before we approach, can I just maybe see if I can hear anything of interest before actually like starting to talk to anyone?
Yeah, you can. Give me just like your base perception check would probably let you hear enough, but as you guys do walk into the room, there's a little bit more silence because they notice you. You catch Kieran as before you're noticed walking in. You catch Kieran and says, "Damn it, where could they be?"
All right, guys, let's get out of here. They haven't done anything here.
And then he turns around and he says, "Oh, well, if it isn't the ones who are out to take my job."
Hello, Kieran. And no, we certainly do not want to do that. How are things going here? It seems like things are really abuzz.
Yeah, well, we're always busy here at the precinct, we have more than just one crime to attend to. See, there's missing kids, there's kids getting assaulted. Are they linked? We don't know if they're linked. But I do know this. Whoever did these crimes will be brought to justice. And then he clenches his fist.
Wow. A lot of passion. Assaulted kids, is there more than one kid assaulted? I haven't heard anything about that in our search here. You have anything to share?
Did I say kids? Sorry, I meant kids as in just one kid. But there's a ongoing theory that perhaps, just perhaps, the other kids were also assaulted before they left. Now, for whatever reason, we don't know, but maybe Jeremy inflicted some sort of pain on whoever his demonic captor was.
Did you get a chance to talk with Jeremy to see who this could be?
That is unfortunately where the case is a little bit murky. You see, it appears that Jeremy was hit so hard in his testicular region that the pain went straight to his brain and
Wow,
he
that
blacked
sounds
out.
awful.
Doesn't remember a thing, but I will say this. After the deep analysis of the testicular tissue done at the hospital, we have concluded that there were not one but two captors involved. and the attack of Jeremy.
Wow.
At the minimum,
So we're looking for a duo.
Wow, what a
possibly. Or maybe more.
Are there any more testes you guys need to run?
You know, there's already been quite a few testes on the testes. We're just waiting for more concrete evidence.
well. We'll make sure to definitely inform you if you hear anything about some testicular destruction, because that just sounds completely
Yep.
horrible. Who would do this to such a young person?
Exactly my thought, which is why I have put all of our task force into discovering who did this to Jeremy, because it's my keen belief that whoever did this intended to take Jeremy just as he did the other kids. They did. I don't know if it's a he or a she. I always assume bad guys are he's, but you never know. It could be a lady.
Wow.
Wise words. Wise words.
I don't
I- you know,
discriminate my criminals.
I think personally, I think it's more likely that you're looking for a duo of two women. I don't
Interesting.
know. To me, that seems like the
Yeah.
clear culprit that you should look for. So
Small
I
Wizard,
don't know.
would you care to elaborate on your reasoning as to why?
well, I mean, we just know that the first two kids were to be abducted were two girls at a sleepover. So I don't know. Maybe it was some friends of theirs that felt left out. Then they're taking it out on poor boys and their parts. You know, I don't. That just connects in my mind.
My God,
Officer.
I think the two common girls,
No,
the
no,
ones who kidnapped the two elven boys. But then
No.
what about the other two?
Well, I mean, they're red herrings. They're outliers.
This
Statistical
confirms my
anomalies.
suspicion that it was the commoners. Guard, get over here. Take this note. You see guards that are up. Make it known that we have strong reason to believe that the common girls are responsible for this crime. Make sure that it comes off as my idea. Was my idea, after all. And turns back to you guys.
Absolutely, go for it.
Brilliant.
We'll let you know if we find out any more info about these two she culprits.
Right. Right. Oh, and one other thing. We also did conclude that whatever did happen to Jeremy's scrotum, when he was kicked there was an imprint left, and we have confirmed the size of the foot which kicked him, and it's relatively small, which seems to help our case in that we don't think this was any of the elves who did this. We do believe that someone of a smaller, potentially dwarven nature may be behind this, which is why we're looking into particularly the dwarves in the town.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It was a size
some would
4,
say
a
that-
size 4 boot, to be exact.
Some would say it's low-hanging fruit dependent on the elves, officer.
Well, I see what you're doing there. Now's not the time, elf boy. There are
Gotta go
children.
bag
There
that
are
criminal.
children missing.
All right. Moving on from the, is there any updates on the other missing children? Moving away from the assaults. Is there anything that you've heard about, or that you've found in regards to the missing children, Kieran?
Pharaoh, did you not hear a word I just said? This assault is a breakthrough in the case. If it weren't for this happening, we would probably be off interrogating other people of the town. Hell, we might even be interrogating Morose, but it's so obvious now. With this assault happening and the imprint of the tiny foot, it instantly clears up all of the elves. It's an absolute
Yeah.
paramount moment in the case.
Amazing. I suggest you put out a all points bulletin on this and start to search for said person. I think that we're gonna go. Seems like you've got this taken care of.
Sure, that's. I feel really weird because you said that in a way that makes it seem like you're my boss, and we don't really need for you to tell us exactly what we're doing. So I accept your comment, but my actions are not determined by what you just said. In case you're wondering.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job.
After all, I am Kieran, the lead investigator here.
Yep. You're right. Do whatever you would like, but just know that we're all really impressed with your effort.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you're definitely the private dick that we need on this case. So we're gonna let you get back to it, and we'll let you know if we find any info about what's going on.
Absolutely. And then he turns to his guards. He says, "Guards, let's be sure to increase the frequency of check-ins and interrogations on all of the people in the town who are between 2.5 to 4 feet tall."
I'm too short.
They write it down, and then one guard gets out a measuring stick and casually puts it next to Elliot and raises his eyebrow. But as he does that, he doesn't. Kieran doesn't know that he is doing it to measure Brendel. He just thinks that the guard's just setting it down to rest on it like a cane. He goes, "You idiot! What are you doing just standing there, leaning on the measuring stick? Go get out there!" And the guard just goes, "Oh, never mind." And then he just walks out.
All right, Elliot is just like, okay, Elliot's just like, all right, well, it seems like we've done our job here. Good luck in the investigation. We'll be out.
Yeah, he says thanks. Thanks. I don't need luck, because I'm Kieran.
Really inspiring. Kieran, do you think we could get a quote later, maybe for the paper? I think that you would really be a shining star in our article in regards to this case.
Absolutely. But only after the case is cracked. I don't like to divulge information too soon, or speculate too soon, for that matter.
Later, maybe we'll even get a headshot of you to put in the article.
It would be my honor.
Yep. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's
We
just
go.
accepts it.
We go.
Dope. So you go.
All right. So, yeah, I was worried that they might be catching onto our case, but I think we've got years before that happens. So, Moroses, do we want to scout that? Do we want to just go in? I thought, here's the thing. I mean, I was pretty impressed with Barrow's skills yesterday at the lighthouse, but I've just in the Wizardium, you don't go into a professor's room, not because it's disrespectful, but because those guys don't trust anyone. They set up elaborate traps. They got advanced runes and stuff drawn all over the floor just to catch intruders. I'm guessing Moros is of the same thoughts, the same ilk. So whatever we do there, I think we'll all have to do it as a group. And we're gonna have to be careful. But we do know where his house is, so we can go there and we can scout it out.
For his house, we know generally where all the entries and exits should be.
Yeah, those guys think they drew it for us. I say those guys because I remember their name. I like the common folk. Yep.
You remember their name.
Should we check out the cave as well? on the map that Elliot went ahead and cleared up for us after talking to our cartographer friends? Is the cave is in relation to Morose's house? It's like underneath it or something, right?
Yeah, it's like on the cliffside.
Okay, yeah,
So
let's start with that.
at the map, you can see that Morose's house is like built up onto the cliffside. It's still it's like forested and kind of isolated, um, but it's like right up against the cliff. So like three sides of it are trees and forest, and then one side of it is like kind of rocky cliffs.
And then the cave is on the cliffside.
The cave is on the cliffside. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
start with that. That sounds more promising than
Cool.
going in blind.
You guys, do you want to go? So it's kind of like mid morning right now. It's still just a little bit drizzling rain. Did you have a particular time of day you want to go, or do you want to just go now?
Do we know Morose's like daily schedule?
Well,
You do not.
we could still probably check out the cave and then at least see maybe if it's like an entrance or something.
Yeah, if we don't see a keep out sign, then that means the cave is public property. So
Yeah.
we're investigators. What's he gonna do? Get mad? Yeah, I mean probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check out the cave, and then if seems a little too bright out to investigate further, we'll go over to the church.
Sweet. All right. So you guys are gonna head out to Morose's place. From where you are in Beskol, it's about a 45-minute walk up the road. On your way there, you pass some other elven houses, and you can see they're all considerably higher quality than a lot of the houses in the town, and they're nestled up into the trees. Similarly, you can see that there's trees like growing through them. They're like a hybrid of like tree houses mixed with a regular house. Under the like canopy of the trees, there's actually less rain coming down, so there's actually a little bit more fog. So as you're passing through the houses, you're able to get all the way up the road relatively unnoticed. And as you look ahead through the fog, you can see a silhouette of a large estate resting on a cliff that overlooks Lake Lyle, with trees on the three sides and cliff sides on the other. As you finally get up into view of the house, you can see that unlike most of the other houses in the area, this one is actually made of stone, and it seems to have multiple wings on it, which is confirmed by the drawings that you have. You also notice that some of the wings seem to have really steep pitch, like moss-covered roofs, and there's other ones with like flat roofs that look to have like rooftop gardens on them. Right up along the side of the house, you can see this like enormous tree that's probably about as wide as your room in the Cozy Cat, and its branches you can see reach over the like flat roofed portions of the house to shade it. And then towards the end of the house, nearest the cliff, you can also see a 4-story tower that is almost hanging over the edge of the cliff. In front of the house and around it, you also see that it seems to have like a brick wall, and there are, from where you're standing, what look to be at least 3 guards. You can see 2 who are sort of manning the front door, and then you can see 1 who is on one of the like flat, like vegetated areas of the roof. Someone give me like a history. Who's would be familiar with Elven lore
Probably
or
me,
culture?
since I'm elf.
Yeah, I was gonna see either you or
That
Og.
makes sense.
Well, you got a whelming 12.
Okay. you see the guards. You see guards, and when you're looking at the guards, you notice that they just look. They're wearing different armor than the regular city guards. That's all you notice.
Okay.
You looking at
Sure.
those guys that are guards of House Raynar?
Are they elves?
Yeah.
What was that, Og?
Oh, nothing. They're guarding the property, but I guess I wasn't looking at the map when we went to clarify it. Is the cave on the property?
Not. It's not within the walls of the property,
Okay.
based
Okay.
on the map, but
Cool.
it is like under the property.
Hmm. Can you remind me what Moros's official title is again?
So Morose is basically like the lead sorcerer for the Fey Finders of Beskol. He's one underneath Galen. So Galen kind of runs like the operations and like the strategy, and then Morose is the one who runs the sort of magical part of it.
Quite the compound here of Moros. Maybe we follow the map and try to stay out of the guard's sight. There's a tube on the lower level, one on the roof. If maybe we can just maybe wrap around and stay out of the compound and find this cave and see what's there before getting into anything too messy here.
Well,
Does the
we might want to split the party for that. So I don't think Elliot here is particularly adept at being quiet in that chainmail armor, but I guess maybe it's up to you if you think you've got the skill to pull that off or not.
Is that directed towards me? Oh,
Elliot?
sorry.
Yes.
I I learned a lot of things in terms of combat, but stealth is definitely not one of them. Yeah, you're right to say that I would make a lot of noise trying to sneak around this. I mean, I could take it off, but I would probably just feel horribly embarrassed and naked the whole time.
Maybe I guess we could do what we did yesterday and you could scout and then we can make our play from that. Or I think Brendel might be able to just like I don't know, get us in. I mean, he's good at convincing people. We're reporters. He's charismatic. He's got the charm.
Yeah, how about I go
Yeah,
check
I
out
do.
the cave first, and then I'll come back and we can play it by ear.
Okay.
I think that's a good plan. As much as I like my words, I don't want to announce our presence just yet if we can avoid it.
Good call.
All right, can I take the map and go try to find the cave on my own?
You are more than welcome to. So the cave, you can see it kind of leads. The way to get to the cave is like right up along the wall of the estate. So because it's relatively foggy, give me a stealth check, but I'll give you advantage for basically your trip, from the point where you are. I'm going to say where you guys are standing right now are far enough away and slightly behind the wall enough that the guards don't see you, but any other movements that you make we'll probably have to make some checks for. So yeah, but because the fog is there, you get, and you're not, don't have any clear disadvantages, I'll give you advantage on your check to get over there.
Cool.
And
I got Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say after Beira heads out, I'm gonna just sit down and draw in the dirt here the sigils for detect magic, and I'm gonna wait to activate it for when he gets back. I do that as a ritual, so it doesn't cost a spell slot.
Dope.
I got a 21 on my. I'm sorry, excuse me. I got a 21 on my stealth check.
Beauty, you pass completely unnoticed, as swift and stealthily as the fog floats. You make it over to the cliffside, and the path to get over to the cliff is very jagged. It's about like 2 feet wide, so you kind of have to like skirt the edge. And because there's a slight drizzle, it is a little bit slippery. But you manage to make it across, and
That's
you
right.
find out that indeed there is a cave. And the cave entrance is, you can see that it's like pretty far below Arosa's house.
Okay.
Plastered right on the side in a wood plank is a sign that says no trespassing. And there is a wooden door that looks to be locked right in front of you.
Okay. Does the door? Is that the only thing in this little in this cave? Is the door?
Well, that's all you can see. You can't see past the door. But the cave is probably like 9 feet by 6 feet. 9 feet tall by like 6 feet wide. So it's a pretty small cave.
Are the planks fat enough that I can or like separated enough that I could see through it?
Sort of. It's kind of a junky looking door, but it's a door nonetheless. You can see through the planks, but it's, pretty dark. You can only see about 15 feet into the cave.
And I don't see anything.
No.
Okay. Am I able to maybe knock like a single plank loose and open the door from the other side?
You can try it if you like.
I want to do that.
Okay. Roll me. I guess just do like a strength check. See how strong you are.
I'm very strong.
Wasn't that one?
I actually
dexterous.
I actually have a +0 strength, but nice. Fuck, dude. I got a 2.
You got a 2? You lay your hands on this plank, and it, as far as you're concerned, might as well weigh 2 tons. The heaviest 2x4 you ever did touch.
Fuck. Let me look at my pack real quick. Give me a second.
I like how your heat metal spell, just by definition, is absolutely useless here. Even though by every measure, it should just go right through.
Bro, you're not even with me right now, so you can't fucking harass me when you're out there drawing shit in the dirt. Leave me alone.
You didn't stop heat wood?
I finished drawing the sigils, and now I'm just drawing like little stick figures.
If only there was a creature you could turn into that can like use its hands to like do stuff.
Knowing Chad, he would turn into a termite and spend 20 hours eating through the door instead of just turning into a spider again.
I think we're coming at my neck right now.
Woodpecker.
Oh my gosh. There's like 20 guards just being like, huh?
Yeah, there's like the tunnel just like is an echo chamber, or not an echo chamber, like a speaker. Yeah, like everyone in town hears it.
Why don't you just turn to like Stuart Little and just like creep your way through the door and like use your little hands to open the little doorknob?
I know. I'm just trying to, action economy or whatever. Fucking not use all my things. All right, I'm just gonna shift into a. Let's see. Please hold as I browse the monster manual for something.
How does D&D resolve having like custom creatures and druids?
Well, that's what we were talking about. Is there's like the exploration creatures, like because we talked about this last time. There's like exploration creatures, right, which can kind of be anything because they don't have like attack or anything like that. But then
Yeah.
if you want to use it in combat, I think it needs to be from the manual
Yeah,
because it
and
needs
that
to have like
Okay.
stats.
and like that being what it is, like D&D is it has several settings and normally doesn't have a rotating DM, so it is just like any exploration creature you want to turn into just has to exist.
Right.
And same with any combat one. It's like, well, the DM has to make it up, but then the party also has to have fought it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn into a rat.
No, you want to turn to Stuart Little.
No, I
Okay,
turn into
that's not an option,
Ratatouille.
Yes.
you gonna mecha pilot somebody in there?
Mm.
Do it.
Living on the guard.
I Ratatouille this bitch.
Right, you Ratatouille said, "Bitch."
I want you to
turn into a
know
rat.
that as a rat, I have keen smell. I have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on smell. And I know that might come up because that seems important right now. So I
You do?
scurry my way under that door.
Wait, you have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on smell?
I know, I'm just being stupid. Yeah, I know, it's useless. But I smell my way under that door.
Dope. You smell your way under that door. Wait, is it really wisdom?
It says wisdom, yes.
For
It's
real?
wisdom perception. Perception.
Wisdom
Yep.
checks that have to do with smell?
Like, what is the smell?
Well, it says perception, but the wisdom is like the base stat for perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. The way you worded it was just like confusing
Yeah.
me. Okay,
I know,
so
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
you
drinking.
scurry your way under that door, and I will say this is low enough for your passive perception. You smell like tree sap.
Tree sap.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're on the other side of the door.
I keep going, just to scurry along. I'm sorry, everyone. I just keep going. I'm not afraid in rat form. I feel like I could kill anything at this moment. I want to go until I see, I guess, something more substantive. Like, do I see
Okay.
the root system of the tree?
No. So basically, you get inside the cavern, and in your furry little rat form, you can kind of feel that there's a breeze coming from the inside of the cavern, and that's what you assume is kind of carrying this tree sap smell.
Mm-hmm.
As you get like deeper and deeper, the cavern starts to change size, and it starts to get a lot smaller. Thankfully for you, you're a rat. As you go through, it's not small enough that only you as a rat could fit. Like your passive perception is enough to tell you that the rest of the party could fit, but it just like
Cool.
gets tight and claustrophobic. You go for a while, and then finally you kind of come to like an opening in the cavern, and it's dark, so you really can't see a lot of details. But the room that you're in, there's basically a giant cliff inside of the room in front of you. Not a cliff, but I guess the portion of the cavern goes vertical, about 60 feet up, and then you can see there's kind of another platform above.
And that's all I can see?
Yeah.
It doesn't go down?
Nope, no down, only up.
I use rat wall climb. One of my abilities.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right.
I'm kidding.
I was like, damn. Didn't know
Fuck,
rats
dude.
could climb
Be
walls like
surprised,
that.
All right, can I do one more can I use my like super sniff one more time before I peace out? Is there anything else I could smell other than the sap?
You can smell the sap stronger. No, and there isn't really anything else that you could smell.
Okay. Do I have a sense before I peace out? Like, can I tell like if I'm underneath like the house now? Am I heading towards the house or am I heading away from the like estate and the house?
I mean, it's hard for me to be able to really tell you, but you would assume that you're
I'm under the house.
within the vicinity of somewhere under the house. But again,
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
in a
like
very long
clearly.
cave.
Yeah, and I'm not like clearly away from the estate at this point. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna scurry my ass out of there and back to the party. I'll stay rat form as long as possible.
So you do that, and I will let you stay rat form until you get to the party. Party, you see a small rat approaching you at a very
Stab it.
fast pace. What do you do?
I'm gonna talk with it.
I do this,
Elliot draws his sword and stabs at it.
and then I keep running. You fucked up for that.
Rolled a nat 20.
I start doing the thriller dance.
It's a zombie rat. You
That's
gotta
what they
kill
know.
it.
All right. I unwild shape and I share what I found. Yep.
Yep.
So there's a door in the cave. It's not super sturdy. I think we could probably knock it down, but we might make a little noise. It's wooden, and I was filled with an overwhelming smell of sap. So I'm thinking it's leading towards that big tree over there that we saw before. But without wild shaping again, I couldn't see, I guess, what was beyond that. There's a, did you say 60 feet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
approximately.
there's a 60-foot wall or so that we'll have to scale if we want to take the cave. So, not sure if we'll actually be able to do that without any climbing gear, but...
Yeah.
And I look at the small boys.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I mean, do you think? I mean, Mogo here. That's kind of what he does. But was it sheer? Was it enough for Mountain Goat to get a handle on? Or
I will, because I didn't give you that information initially, without looking too much, it was pretty steep, but that doesn't mean that it was sheer. So from your rat's perspective, you were able to see that, like, it looks like there are like chunky enough pieces of rock sticking off that you might be able to like use them to go up a bit, but it's not like there's not like ledges or stairs up it, right? Like it's still sheer, but not so sheer that it's completely unrealistic.
Can Mogo carry 4 of us?
hold on, let me ask. Okay, yeah, no, Mogo can't.
All right. I'm not sure. What do you
Well, we
all
could-
think? We could
could
just give it a
always-
shot if we want to investigate.
Well, yeah, we could give it a shot. We could always look around, buy supplies in town at the Bouges. I mean, that's a general stop, right? So there's probably something.
Curtis,
I mean,
Curtis and Sons.
yeah, Curtis and Sons. I mean, this is a explorative town. They've got to have a bunch of survival and wilderness gear. So, or we could try the Brendel approach. or we could try some other approach entirely.
Pre-climb. Yeah, no. I think if we're gonna do this, it might be better to do it at night, anyways. I think breaking down the door could cause some noise, especially with the guards out and about. Maybe the Veil of Night might be better.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're gonna have to get Elliot over there, and he's a clunky little
What?
chunker boy.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
chonker?
Dude, your
clunker.
shield and sword and stuff was like tapping against each other the entire
Okay,
walk over
well-
here.
All right, I see your point. Deny that. No.
Also, what happened to your big sword?
So I really took this post, as being like what are we, interns? Yeah, I guess we're interns for Barendosia Post as a new leaf on life. And I've been trying for years and years to really master the Magnesi family, sword martial art, but it's supposed to be a great sword, first of all, and I don't think even if you can see me lifting a great sword. So I tried using a long sword, which is, a great sword to me, but it's just not the same. So I'm just going to embrace the fact that I'm small and just, be craftier,
Very
Before
cool.
was Elliot. Before was Elliot
Yes,
Frodo
yes,
with a
100%.
cloud sword.
That's how he was at the party.
Now he's pulling yeah. And so now you gotta. I mean, that still looks like a pretty big sword to me, but I mean, I guess all swords look pretty. This is technically a dagger or a knife, and that's like basically a short sword for me
Yeah,
too.
everything in
So
perspective, right?
yeah. Yep. But all right. But yeah. I mean, we'll have to like maybe there's like padding or something we could wrap them in, or I don't want to say leave them behind if for a night excursion, but
We find some
sure
extra
there's something
cloth
we
around.
can do.
I could bind everything in cloth, and that should probably work.
Yeah. Okay, before we head back into town, I make sure to like scuff over my sigils and just leave the stickmen drawings and stuff so nobody sees what we were thinking of being up to.
Oh. All right, cool. You guys cruise your way back onto town. Yeah, I mean, what else do you want to do?
Do you want to stop by the church? You mentioned that earlier. The church to Sardinia. Sahar.
I think we better check the Church of Sahinia. Also, just a side note, our Ziploc bags of taters is only getting older, and it could be of benefit if we go over to the Bouges to get some gear. We could always go there first, then hit the church, and then go back to Demarost. But we might want to capitalize on our semi-fresh Ziploc taters.
It may be less fresh, but I am keeping it wrapped closely to my torso so that it is retaining its heat.
It's weirdly still hot.
Yes, weirdly hot. I have a kind of an inflamed midsection. It's been like that since I was a baby. I don't know why, but it is a really effective way at keeping my leftovers warm.
Brendel's just gonna fucking die. He's gonna fucking die mid-quest from some fucking disease he's had his whole life. Cool.
Hey, it's like medieval themed. There's no real doctor you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Curtis and Sons, I believe.
Let's do it.
Okay. Cool. So you guys cruise to Curtis and Sons, and you walk in, and Mr. Curtis is sitting at the front. And dude, I swear, I always forget how to do all these guys' voices because there's 8 million of them.
God, whose fault is that?
Hey, oh, tell me if this sounds like Mr. Curtis. Oh, hello. It's good to see you guys again.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Do you? Well, as long as my voice passes as authentic, I'm okay with it. Have you found my boys? And also, do you happen to have any more of the delicious bacon and
So we
mashed
have
potatoes?
one of those two things, but we also are trying to.
My boys?
No,
You
no.
have my boys?
We have bags of Ziploc mashed potatoes and bacon. Brendel, if you don't mind pulling them out from your person.
Yeah, I reach in and there's a surprising number of like body folds, and I'm
What the?
withdrawing it from the fold in my stomach.
You know,
Um,
now that
In hindsight, the fact that you were like
very
flexing in the
confused
showers back
I don't
at
know how
the
this works.
roast,
and now you
How does your anatomy
me
work?
greatly.
That's how my abs are so strong and big that they actually have
I
to fold
don't
over each
think
other.
that's how
why.
that works, but okay.
Oh. I'm pulling up your character sheet to look at your strength or constitution right now.
yeah, for
Oh,
real.
it's not like effective strength or anything like that. It's purely vanity.
Sure.
Dude, take this seriously. Okay,
We're gonna just he has
yes,
bag,
we're done with
he has
that
a
one.
bag of food. But Curtis, Mr. Curtis, while you're enjoying that bag of, oddly warm or hot mashed potatoes and bacon, we could need. Okay,
Definitely
we need
hot.
some supplies. We need some climbing supplies. Do you happen to have any of those in stock?
Oh, I mean, you know, since Morose kind of took over, we have done a lot less exploration. Uh, so we carry less of that, but you're welcome to check our aisle 7 right over there. And he refers, and if you guys remember, that room has like a tree growing through the center of the store. So the aisle 7 is like on the other side of that tree, and you can kind of see it looks like the mini REI section of the general store. It's very small. It's one aisle, and he goes, we haven't restocked it in quite a bit of time, so you're gonna have to, if things are out of stock or looking empty, don't come asking me if there's anything in the back, because there's not.
All right. Well, what do we see in aisle 7?
Dope. So you get to aisle 7, and you can see that the shelves do seem to be relatively picked over. There is like some rope. You see some like crampons, and you see a chalky
A grappling
looking,
hook?
chalky looking substance. No grappling hook, just a rope.
Okay.
This isn't super promising.
That's as far as like climbing gear goes, is what you see. There's like other,
Yeah.
there's like little mini tents and tarps and some bags of sleeping and stuff like that.
If one person is decent at climbing, has any experience, they could probably lead climb up and then belay the rest of us. But just on my own, I'm not gonna make it.
I think you're right, Og, but I have some experience climbing. I wouldn't mind giving a shot a few times. Maybe let's just take it just in case, but keep our eyes open for something else that might be of value. I'll sweep up all those items.
Cool.
I turn to the proprietor and I'm just like, you don't happen to have anything in the back, do you?
Typically, this would be the point where I would tell you to leave my store, but considering you've somehow managed to deliver me mashed potatoes and bacon 5 hours after they stopped serving mashed potatoes and bacon twice now, I'll let it pass. But the answer is no. We don't have
Okay, thank
anything
you.
in the back of the store.
This is just towards the group, but Elliot kind of like fumbles through his bag and rifles over past the sloth idol in his backpack and is like, "Wait, you guys remember that one time I used this weird gimmick gift that summoned like a giant sloth? Now I know
Yeah.
sloths aren't the quickest animal, but this thing can grow to the size of an elephant and can probably scale the wall."
I think that's a great idea, and we don't have to buy all this nice stuff.
That'd be pretty cool. Well, it's up to you
Maybe-
guys.
Maybe we'll just buy the rope as a plan B, and then
Yeah,
leave
just
the
a
other
little bit of
stuff.
safety in case we fall or something. I don't know. Let's hope we don't fall.
Yeah. All right, sir. I'll take the rope, and I would like to use my membership discount.
Oh, right. You're lucky. It's a 20% off week. You can use your membership coupon code.
And then you're gonna buy all the climbing stuff. There's like some crampons,
No.
some like hand chalk.
I'll just
and
get the rope.
rope. Just the rope. All right.
How much
the
are
rope.
the crampons?
They're 4 gold.
We are using this to, look for your kids.
Get that, but you do realize that I am a business that needs to stay in business.
Oh, I understand. But you're also still.
Look, man. Look.
You know.
The price is the price. I'm not even really the store owner. I mean, the elves run this settlement. They set the prices. I can't do much.
All right, I'll buy the rope, but lend the crampons to me, and I'll bring them back.
You need to bring them back in new condition, no scuffs, and leave the tags on.
Deal. Yep, I'll leave the tags on. I shake. I
I will
on
charge you for every ding on them. 1 copper.
All right, getting a little carried away.
All right.
Hey,
I'm just preserving my career path.
Yeah. Before we head out, could you? You mentioned something about after Morose took over, there's no longer any interest in exploring. Do you have anything else to say about that could maybe help with our investigation?
Why would... No, I mean, it was just Morose's style of discovering Fey activity was a lot less natural in a sense than Cretius Mulvaney's. Cretius took the approach of, he was going to find the Fey, and as a result, it involved a lot of exploring and analyzing and finding places that were so close in their perception and so close in their experience to the Fae that portals opened up. Whereas Morose seems to be more interested in just brute forcing his way into the Feywild, and so as a result, he does a lot less exploring and a lot more personal experiments up in his tower.
Understood. All right, thanks for your help. I slide the coin
Oh, thanks.
and delicately put the crampons and tie him to my hip.
Dope. As you walk out, he just says,
Not one scratch.
Yep. I heard ya.
As we walk further away, I say, crampons are for ice climbing, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Look at these spikes; they could definitely dig into some dirt.
Yeah, that's fair. Those could dig into some poor boy's nether regions too, but maybe we shouldn't talk about that
What?
when Elliot's nearby.
Wow.
These aren't
Why?
These aren't going back to the store. Elliot, you could take them after. I don't give a
Wait,
shit.
why am I not allowed to know what these are? Odd?
No,
The crampons. They're attachments. They're spike attachments to boots.
You all know I punched him, right?
You're right. I guess I did know that.
and that kind of tracks with the investigative.
Why did they?
investigative skill of
that's
the
not on
police.
me. That's on the police. That's on the
That fucking
police.
tracks, dude.
Yeah.
They said boot.
I didn't say anything during that time, but yeah, Elliot punched him.
Are you by chance wearing a couple rings on your finger that
Nope.
look like the tread of boots?
Hearing this was actually useless.
The
Hearing this
Magnesi
is actually
family ring.
useless.
You wearing those Nike pattern rings, dude?
Yeah.
I
Are you
was
wearing those Tims?
DM said.
Tim rings?
You can go back to the session recording.
I fucking love it. No, dude, I love it. It makes so much sense for the police.
It literally does. It absolutely does.
All
It's
right.
like so on the wrong track.
So if we want to wait till night, then church take a couple hours. Give Brendel time to gel his hair.
Yeah, I gotta get that good old gel in there. You know, I just put the potatoes in there mostly, but
All
You know,
that
you gotta
bacon
get it.
grease.
Starch.
Well, the bacon grease is what really binds it, but the potato starch is what really gets that hold that you're
see.
looking for.
All right, let's do the church real quick, like.
The church to Sehanin Moonbow.
Brilliant. So you guys head over to the chapel. You make it in there. The chapel it's a stone building with like a mossy wooden roof. There you can see that there's vines that are growing at the exterior along the buttresses on the outside. From the outside, you can see that there's like purple and blue stained glass windows. There's a small courtyard in the front with a statue to Moonbow, and another that you actually can't recognize because it looks to be a little bit more like degraded than the statue to Moonbow. And I assume you guys want to go inside?
Yes.
You assume correctly.
Nice. Cool. So you guys go into the chapel. You can see that there's like lit torches all along the perimeter. As you would expect, there's wooden pews running down the center that are actually lined with small potted trees. And right down the middle, you can see that there's like a stone lectern. The whole room is like a bluish purple tint from the stained glass. It's not super strong because it's still raining outside, so there's not like a ton of light coming in, but it's definitely gives the church some kind of a vibe.
Hey, guys, do any of you know what Moonbow is the goddess of?
Wasn't this?
Oh, I thought it was going to
I
be
thought it
night
was-
archery.
I thought it was something over
Nurtury.
like the souls of the dead.
I mean,
So she is the goddess of basically, it's like mystery, travel, dreams. Hang on one sec, let me get the full thing.
why'd I even ask? I knew that.
Yeah, she's the goddess of the moon, dreams, mysteries, secrets, and journeys. And she's also the protector of the elven dead.
Never mind. I answered my own question after thinking about it. So
And actually, You can see that the stained glass, now that you're on the inside, and that you're looking at it from the right, point of view, you can see that it actually does seem to evoke a lot of those, ideas in the stained glass. You can see there's a lot of like natural looking, like almost like foresty stained glass things, but you can also see that um, everything is like this like purplish hue. Um, and in particular, there's like one piece of stained glass that catches your eye. And it looks like there's like an elf that's holding up like an object in the sky. And this is actually the only piece of stained glass that is this color. Like all of the other ones are that like within the scale of purple and blue. But the object that the elf holds in his hand looks to be like, it's stained glass, so it's not super detailed, but it's like this amber colored piece of stained glass, and it's this little object in their hand.
Does it look like a lens?
Not necessarily like a lens, but they are holding the like amber object like up to the sky.
Okay.
Cue X-Files theme song.
And as you guys notice that, you can also see two elven women who seem to be kind of having a private conversation. As they notice you enter the room, they quickly shush up.
They aren't getting interrogated and beat by the Kieran, who's
one
now
of them-
attacking all women.
Yeah, one of them is actually one of the ladies who you took their story from at the very beginning. I believe it was Brendel. This was the woman in the purple dress. She is about like a middle-aged elf. She's about 200 years old looking, as far as Bayro could estimate. You can see she has really sharp and pointed facial features and green eyes. She's got brown hair that's sort of like done up in a bun, and she's wearing a like dark blue sun hat with a blue dress and gold lace that matches. Sitting next to her, there is a much older elf who looks to be about like twice her age. You can see she has like long and gray hair. And similarly, because they're both in a church, they're wearing nicer dresses, but hers is actually like dark gray with, you can see there's like silver accents laced into it. She's wearing a big old pearl necklace. She's kind of a little bit bougie old woman looking. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna walk up to them and just kind of suddenly just start looking up at the sky, but back and forth, like I'm about like watching something come down, then catch it in my hands. Then I'm just gonna make eye contact with the lady whose story I took, and I just make really serious eye contact, and I just go, "Hey, just caught feeling for you."
He's fucking hoe.
Damn it, dude, you are a hoe. Roll a performance.
I thought Brendel was monogamous love. What's going on?
They're gonna be.
Yeah, for real.
I just took a vow of celibacy. You'll be like, oh, when? And she'll be like, just now.
I never said that
Yeah.
he wouldn't use his capabilities to his advantage. Like he's not going to pursue an actual relationship with this woman, but if anything, it makes him more of a hoe. But still,
I love Brendel, dude. Get after it.
Oh, did I not say what I rolled?
No, not yet.
Okay, I rolled a
Okay.
21.
Wow.
Does she do the same?
Deal.
now? Does she duplicate that feature? That action?
She has to come up with an
Yeah.
equally witty response, but it can't be the same thing.
She's too flattered. Oh, well, hi. I was quite impressed at your note-taking skills when we first met, but you certainly do follow up on your impressiveness, I must say.
I make a further eye contact and just say, Hey, the job's the job, but sometimes it's more than a job,
What?
You know, I'm
He ran out of clever things to say.
quite sure I'm tracking with what you're saying, but is there a reason why you're in the church? We're wrapping up for the day, and to be quite honest, that last line you left me with kind of put a weird taste in my mouth.
Why is everything perpetually wrapping up for the day? Wasn't it like mid-noon? Like, wasn't it noon?
Yeah, but it's the end of church. Of course they're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Church
Church
is
is in the
closing.
morning.
Service is over
Okay.
for the day. Service is
Service is
finishing
over,
up.
dude.
Service is
Um,
over. Monday service is over.
Oh, it's Sunday,
I don't think
bro.
that's wrapping up. Okay.
Well, I
You said
thought
it was
today's Monday.
what? I'm so confused now. Okay.
DM.
Oh shit, it is Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, Monday church service. Monday church service is wrapping up.
It's a holy day, motherfucker.
Hey, it's a
Rewind.
different church. We have no
Rewind.
idea what they do.
Rewind.
We, you know what? No.
We're just
Monday is
debriefing
called
from-
Monday after Moon Day, Moonbow Day.
Exactly. We have church
Oh,
on
you're
Moon Day.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
That tracks.
Is it?
That all fits together.
Now I'm starting to feel quite persecuted by you journalists. Is there a reason why you're in the church? I mean, we're trying to enjoy our time here in the presence of Moonbow. Is there something we might be able to help you with? And then the old lady to the side of her goes, "Yes, don't you know that it's quite bad luck and bad on you for the afterlife to impede on a church conversation?"
I thought we were. Oh wait, I'm not there. You go.
Yeah.
There you are, aren't you? Aren't you all there?
No, I mean he
Here.
walked up to them. I'm there, but I didn't walk up to them like you did. So.
Oh, okay. I just look to her, to the older lady, and I also make eye contact and just say, maybe some days I would believe you, but today of all days, as we pursue and try to return these children, there could be nothing more blessed by the gods than our endeavors. So I appreciate your statements, but here we're doing God's work. So me and my associates, I beckon them forward, especially Og, we have some questions. And without a doubt, you are pursuing your Lord's work by answering them.
I don't know that you are necessarily doing the Lord's work. I would say Kieran.
Do you hate children?
Kieran and his gang of gods are certainly doing the Lord's work. They have so many leads.
Oh, yes. As they gently walk around corners going, huh?
They have taken vows of minimal speakitude. Of course, that's what they say. Because they're
Okay,
dedicated to the
that's-
cause.
Do you have one? Are you the parent or guardian of one of the children that were taken?
No, of course not.
I immediately switch focus and box her out of the conversation and begin
What
speaking
is
with the
going
other
on?
woman.
I need to get out of church.
Nothing like a little classic box out at church.
Dang.
Do you like how we're not a combat group, but all of our social play is this?
Yeah, give her the Z block, bro.
Hey, you gotta get them out of the way. And I just turned to the lady. Her name was Karen.
Oh no.
Well, no, I'm clarifying. I'm not gonna try to seduce her or anything. I just want to make sure I use her name properly.
No, the woman in the blue dress is the younger one, is Lady Veronica, and the woman
Lady
you only know her name because you took her story. You actually don't know the older woman's name.
That's fine. I don't care about her anymore.
God.
She keeps going on and talking. She says, "What right do you even have to come in here and interrogate us in our place of worship?"
Well, I turn and go, what? And then my cloak kind of like billows out and like covers her head. Well, I'm talking to Lady Veronica.
She just goes, you just hear, "Oh, God, this is only a rude thing to do, someone."
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
It's good. Lady Veronica, I really appreciate that you would take a little time to speak with us regarding these matters. I believe Og, first of all, has a question for you. If you don't mind just taking a moment, won't take just but a tick.
Of course, although I must say we are in church here, and we should be respecting to Moonbow as we're in here. So if you could make it quick, I should like to be back to my meditation and prayer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you keep the bows, like the archery lineup over here? But it's not quite night yet. Do you have like a simulated night environment?
She looks at you as if you went from a very, very attractive looking hero to someone with an IQ of 4.
Yeah, that's the move. That's how you get them.
I'm sorry, sir, did you have a question for me? And she,
Og.
and she looks at Og.
Yeah, sorry. I'm up till now. I've only been having a cursory knowledge of Sahanine, of the Lady Sahanine Moonbows, and what she represents. I can't help noticing on that stained glass. It looks like she's holding some sort of amber-colored object, looking up into the stars with that. What is that? Is that a? Well, is that a symbol? Go ahead.
Yes, it's always been a sort of symbol. That, in the past, the elves would carry these stones with them as a way to sort of summon the presence of Moonbow, as Moonbow primarily lived in the Fae. Since then, the actual stone itself and the ingredients that make up the stone have been lost in a sense. And it's been almost thousands of years since anyone's made true contact with Moonbow through the use of such a stone. But nonetheless, it's an important part of our history and of course, of our religion.
Interesting. Okay, so the shape of it is just the shape of whatever stone. It's a synthetic stone, from what you say. Can be formed into whatever shape it might be crafted in. Okay. That answers a lot of my questions, actually. So, thank you.
No one's really asked about that stone in forever.
Well, it was just,
At this point.
looking at the stained glass, a lot of it's beautiful, bright, crisp detail, but then that seemed to take a more abstract form, and I didn't know if that was, a different artist or different craftsman, or if it was, as it sounds like it is now, meant to be abstracted. So
No,
I was just curious.
It's certainly the same stone, and I might say we've when we initially came to this settlement, it was the primary inspiration for our searches, as rituals and tales of the past say that you could potentially connect with the Fae through these stones, although Morose and even Cretius himself haven't exactly been able to find a stone or how exactly to replicate them. They've certainly tried. Cretius certainly tried multiple different mixtures of natural resources and didn't seem to get there. And as a result, Morose seems to be taking a slightly different approach. As again, it's been thousands of years since anyone has last used a stone, even in Westwatch, to connect to the Fae.
Interesting. All right. Thank you. Any other questions, guys?
Not currently,
Mm.
but thank you for your time. And then with a deliberately um, maybe not aggressive, but kind of like sudden and forceful move. I like pull my cloak off of the head of the older lady, um, and just kind of like wiggle it and try to shake out the long clumps of hair kind of fall on the ground. And I immediately walk out the door as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Oh, this is my
The Vorpal
this is my
cape.
best thing.
Twists her head right off.
Did you hear that? That would be an 11.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, you rip it off of her head with a medium amount of force, but it's enough that it hurts her enough that she's like physically upset at you. She goes, "How dare you come into this church and throw a cloak on my head in a sacred place and then tear it off like some sort of savage?" And then she grabs her bag and swings it at your face, and you take a 1d5 or 1d4 damage.
Her
Wait,
bag
did she
just
roll my AC?
She kills you.
Yeah, actually, sorry, that should be. She will roll to smack you in the face.
Yeah, come on now.
her bag does quality damage.
She rolls a
Cleave
14.
rule
She
kills
rolls a
us all.
14.
A 14? That would be my AC, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then she's going to hit you. Oh wow, her bag does a whopping 1 damage to you. You're lucky.
Yeah, but what's her strength?
Then she pins you down and
Yes,
puts you in a
yes.
chokehold. Yeah, and after she swings the bag at you, she just says, "Get out of here." At first, Lady Veronica told me that you were quite nice people, but I can see clearly that you're not, as you put a cape over my old woman's head and tore it off. And now approximately 30% of my hairs are caught in your cape, and the other 5 are on the ground.
I'll put a cork in it.
She's
Brendel,
crying.
what's wrong with you?
I do not like
Brendel.
old women.
I
Lady Veronica just turns to you. "I suggest you get out of here. That was an incredibly rude thing to do. And to think I thought that you were cute."
Ooh.
Oh, you still do. And I just
She
walk
just
out.
says,
I just turn
she
and
says
walk
to you,
out.
"Get out."
I give her a wink and make my way.
Once we're out, I say, all right, well, maybe I'm thinking too simplistically, but there is a giant tree there. The goddess was holding literal amber, and there were a bunch of trees. I didn't think to ask at the time, but it seems like trees are a significant part of their kind of spiritual iconography. So maybe maybe a tree that size could give us enough amber we need just to test that out, if we can get close. I can imagine that a smaller tree just wouldn't have enough in it unless we drained the tree.
Yeah. In my rap form, I did smell a substantial amount of sap. So I'm thinking that's a great thought, and that could lead us to some amber, because amber is sap.
Yeah, I don't know the
Yeah?
chemical. I think so. I think it would need a chemical process, and that's, I'm sure, the synthetic part of creating the rock, as they put it. But you know,
Yeah.
that sounds like something we can look up. We can find info about how to do that. Maybe.
Yeah. I think you're onto something. Maybe we hit up the cave and see if we can find a substantial piece of amber before we start robbing people of keys and whatever other bullshit. Says me.
I agree. See if we can find a library or go to the town hall. I mean, if they, I don't know if they've been trying to synthesize something else, or if they're aware that, in my, belief, that it might just be pure amber to open the looking glass, so to say. And if they know that it's amber or they think it's amber, they would have tried that. So we won't have the means to do that. But if they don't know it's
Right.
amber, then maybe that's something we can try.
Wait, who Amber? I'm kidding. That
Well,
was
ask
Amber
Brendel.
alert.
He'll know amber.
Whoa.
Oh, don't like that.
Oh damn, that got dark
Wait, no,
so
hang on.
fast. That was
He'll know. Brendel will know
It got
Amber,
dark.
but she won't
Action
know.
Amber Alert.
It got so dark.
Hey DM, I'd like to skip town and make out of this country as fast as I can.
Right. Og is out of the investigation. Just
Og has quit everything. He just goes back to school and gets his fucking
Jeez.
bachelor's
Okay,
degree.
so you guys,
I heard you needed a wizard
Oh,
who was
no.
working for cheap.
shit. Yeah. So
Okay.
you guys are bouncing from the church?
Yeah.
Cool. It is kind of like the afternoon. I think. Do you guys have anything else in town that you want to do, or do you want to sort of fast rest?
Didn't we allow Brendel to get ready for his date?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
we nap, let Brendel do that, and then we head out
I hype
in the dark.
Brendel.
Dope.
Wait, is
Okay,
Brendel's
Monday
date
night.
tonight?
Yeah, Monday date.
It's Monday. It's the Monday date night. So you guys
She's
can
in the
go,
service industry.
Should have been lunch date would have made it all the more perfect, but
You
what you
guys
can get.
can head back to the Cozy Cat and take a nap and get a little bit rested up while Brendel gets brushed up for his date.
Wait, can I give Brendel a pep talk?
I think you can give Brendel a pep talk, but I think you should do it at the beginning of our next session because I think this is where we end.
Cool with me.
Okay.
sehr
good.
gut.
All right. I want some really fun mechanics for the date night, by the
Yeah,
way.
bring combat
expecting
mechanics into that one.
Oh,
Yes,
dear God.
Try to figure out combat mechanics for a date night.
The combat mechanics might come after
Oh,
the date,
no.
if you know what I mean.
I kill all the other suitors.
because
fuck,
there's-
dude. Damn.
Because there's going to be a fight after the date, right?
Exactly.
I thought
Exactly.
that made sense. Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
beat that
On
up.
that note, thank you viewers for coming to enjoy our latest episode. We'll see you all the next time. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Had some fun.